Jiminy Christmas, almost stopped my mic. Welcome back, everyone.
Christmas already.
That's how we're starting the show. It's how today's going. Today is always the recover day from Tuesday, TNI Tuesday, because my TNI Tuesdays absolutely just destroy my ass. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. And my sidekick to my left, your right, Mr. Basil. How the hell are you on this Wednesday?
I'm great. How are you, J-Bone?
I'm fried, but I am here.
Dude, you guys are always animals on that TNI channel. I can't my hangs last for 15, 20 minutes sometimes. Like yesterday I didn't even make it. I was just my brain was completely toast because I had to do my inventory yesterday, and that day started at 6 a.m. So I was just by the time the end of the show came, I was just
right.
So
yeah, it takes me all day to do very little for this particular show.
We try to make this one easy for you guys.
Yeah, it is. We got some people in the chat. What is up, Polar Family? Oh my goodness, Polar Family just blowing up the chat. Good evening, sir. Who else is in here? My favorite nephew. That's right. It is Miro Day.
Miro Day.
Oh, you know what? Let's do a little. I was gonna wait on this, but you know what? let's just share this. Look at this. Look at this.
Miro Day.
Or whatever the hell he does.
Man, he swerved us, dude. He was like, I'm retired. I'm a pro gamer. I game now. No more wrestling. And then it's Miro Day.
So we thought he was a Twitch bitch. It's like, dude, what are you doing? So cool to see him show up here. This was an absolutely loaded show, and we'll talk more about Miro a little later as we get to that segment. Zach Bonifer's in here. Who else is in here? TMS, War Dog. What is up? And I did absolutely no promotion for this. I was dragging ass all day. So wherever you're watching from, whether it be the
I just retweeted it.
Well, thank you. Wherever you're watching from, whether it be the Twitch or the YouTube or whatever, your great aunt's porch down from BFE, wherever. Thank you for being here on this Wednesday evening as we talk about this AEW Dynamite September 9th, 2020. Review. I did not write down this. Well, it's season 2. I did not write down the episode. I always say what episode it is because this is episodic television.
It is.
But that's okay. I'll do the next one. We'll make up for it. Today was extra sluggish for me, so we'll do our best to get through this. Dude, was this an overloaded episode or what, Basil?
There was a lot. There was a lot. I mean, right from the get-go, from the start, we had the most perfect promo pairing that you can have. We had the Last Champion, the Demo God, Chris Jericho, and MJF. Basically, dude, when those cars came in, I was like, are they about to crash into each other behind Tony?
Or hit Tony, for that matter.
No, I didn't think they were going to hit. Well, they could have. they jumped the curb, but I thought it was like, man, those cars stopped
right there. Right there.
It was a close 3 count.
It was.
It was 2 9/10, as JR would say.
So this was a lovely little promo we jumped off here with Jericho and MJF. Tony in the middle, just kind of holding the mic, not really giving any content to this, just kind of there.
He was just there, and 2 people happened to show up at the exact same time in the manner that they did.
This is obviously a turning the page episode of this company after this last pay-per-view. This is All Out Fallout, folks, as you see in the description there. Is this and I've said this a billion times. I'll say it a billion times more. You try not to overthink professional wrestling, right? Am I seeing something happening here that's going to come down the road between these two? Because I feel like they've touched before very briefly when Jericho was putting together his inner circle. And MJF was like, "Nah, I'm not joining you guys," or whatever, verbiage was said. I don't exactly remember, but that didn't come to fruition. But now all of a sudden we see them again. What's happening here, Basil? What do you think?
It's the long game foreshadowing, in my opinion. I think the problem is you can't have. They're both mega heels in AEW. They're both over, but they're both mega heels.
It's like two Megatrons.
Yeah, it's two Megatrons basically, but you need one of them to eventually be a face.
Mm-hmm.
And the issue is I don't see either of them turning face anytime soon.
Yeah.
So this is the long game. I mean, we both know they're committed with AEW for the long haul. They're not.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, I'm not. No doubt in my mind about that.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be jumping back to, or Max isn't going to go to WWE, and I don't think Jericho's ever going to go back at this point.
I see maybe a few years down the road, Jericho could go back for like the big Vinnie Mac money.
Yeah, I can see like one-off appearances maybe, but I don't see
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like actually being signed.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
because Jericho is in a position now where he's quite the hot commodity, and he's an innovator. He's many different things. He's not just some guy that's been in the industry for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Okay. He's done a lot of, like he said, this what did we have this last Saturday? The Mimosa Mayhem. There's been 5 or 6 different matches that he's been a first time creator and or a part of.
I mean, he just did a whole thing with WWE to gain certain rights to his names.
Yeah.
To actually like license them and stuff like that properly. Like he owns his name again.
Yeah.
In exchange for Money in the Bank because he created Money in the Bank. So.
Yeah, and that's very important stuff, especially when you get to that point in your career to be able to brand yourself, whereas guys like Cody can't, and it's sad.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that'll come someday. Someday. Yeah, little War Dog, why too fat right now? Look, he may be a few pounds more than he used to be back in the
50.
day. He's 50. I'm creeping up on 50.
I want to see if anybody at 50 is doing what he's doing consistently.
That dude still has better abs than me. I have like one giant ab that I'm still slowly trying to get rid of. So yeah, look, he's still in better shape than me. Okay. So you can call him whatever you want, War Dog. That's your prerogative. But the man has a 6-pack, and I got to give him props for that. All right, we continue. I'm just giving you shit, War Dog. So, look at Zach Bonifer. Name the 5 things. I'll do that another day. Well, I know one of them was Elimination Chamber, right? Money in the Bank. That's 2.
He didn't invent an Elimination Chamber.
No, but he was in it.
Oh,
he was either innovating as in part of it or in it.
Yeah, I think he was in the first one.
Yeah. So there's 2 right there.
Money in the Bank. Ralph.
I don't know if we call Ralphus, but Ralphus was pretty awesome. God rest his soul.
Can't launch Jerry Lynn's abs. Yeah, that's true. Paul Nelson, what up? Paul Nelson, how are you doing?
Prime time. Maxwell versus Wardlow. Yeah, I think there was some foreshadowing to that too. We'll get to that. All right. So Jericho, MJF. or I should say Jericho versus MJF someday. It's going to happen, right?
Will happen.
Yeah. All right. Now, next we get into this hot tag match. We got the Lucha Bros. We got Pentagon and Phoenix versus Jurassic Express. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus with Marco at ringside. Your thoughts on this tag match?
This was it was a good match. I liked it. It was kind of crazy, but like I feel like everything for how crazy of a match it was, it's wild. I mean, it's not wild because it's Eddie Kingston, but that Eddie Kingston promo at the end like kind of overshadowed it a little bit. And
Yeah.
but I mean, it led to what we'll talk about later of them getting a shot at FTR for the tag titles.
Yeah.
So it was kind of wild to see the a breakdown of sorts with Penta and Phoenix.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's inevitable to see those two square off someday.
I mean,
not necessarily soon, but just someday.
If anybody remembers, man, they used to feud like crazy, especially when Lucha Underground started, and then also in the Indies and AEW, that was like the popular thing was to make them go against each other, but then they started teaming and just blew up.
It skyrocketed. Yeah, Pentagon and Phoenix, for those who don't know, practically became the Colt Cabana CM Punk match in the Indies across the country when they both started really getting hot during Lucha Underground fame. When they really started making a name for themselves. And they both did great things. So they just it doesn't matter who won or who lost that one. They're helping each other, throughout that whole thing.
Yeah.
Very interesting that Jurassic Express won this one. I wrote down one word: upset.
Yeah, big time.
I honestly feel it because Jurassic Express, as long as they've been together in the last, well, at least on TV, about a year now, Phoenix and Pentagon have been going for God knows how many years together. They're family, so they have a ridiculous bond and an amount of charisma going against each other, with each other, whatever. So this was shocking, and especially after Jurassic Express came off of a loss to the Young Bucks, to automatically get that upset win over Pentagon and Phoenix was, I'll say, borderline amazing. It really shocked me.
Yeah, when it happened, I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, I said the same thing. That's why I wrote down upset, because I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, for sure. Agreed.
So then we get into the promo. We get the little pushing, a little bit of shoving from Phoenix and Pentagon going back and forth, and Eddie Kingston, always gold on the mic. Hey, your brothers, cut this shit out. He's trying to get the other Butcher and the Blade, keep them separated. Kingston's shoving one this way, shoving the other one that way, and eventually gets them to shake hands.
Yep.
But it doesn't end there. He says something very interesting, and of course, he always makes it about himself at the very end, either with a wink to the camera or something he says. Here, he says, "Oh, by the way, we're not done yet." He looks into the camera, the hard camera, and he says, "I was never eliminated from the Casino Battle Royal. Look up the rules." Very interesting. I'd have to go back and watch it because, there's portions of, and look, any battle royal, rumble match, any of those, you lose track of people. You're like, all of a sudden, you're like, hey, where did so-and-so go? How many times have we said that during these kind of matches?
Yeah.
So do you think he's going to finagle the rules or do something and actually end up going versus
I'm not going to lie right now.
Mox?
I'm looking at the end of that match. I'm trying to check right now.
Like, I'm sure he ended up outside of the ring at some point. The question is,
did he
how?
go over the top rope?
Or did he go through the ropes or under the ropes or, could have been something off camera. They didn't catch it. It's very interesting. So while you're watching that, we'll continue with that. It's very interesting. Yeah, I'm loving Eddie Kingston because you never know what out of left field he's gonna yank something up out of somewhere.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to see right now. So the thing is, Eddie came back from the outside.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So this is what happens. Eddie comes back from the outside.
Okay.
He was never, obviously that means he was not thrown over the top rope and eliminated.
But how did he get to the outside?
He was probably thrown through the rope, or I forgot how it was, but it wasn't over the top rope. He gets back on the ring apron, and Archer, he gets all the way up to the second rope, and he's sitting on the third. But he never officially went over the top rope.
Oh, that's right. There was all that chaos with the snake and the...
He never went over the top rope. He was never officially eliminated. So what that's going to probably lead to is Archer versus Kingston in a proper number one contendership before that October 13th match that was announced between Archer and Mox. So what we're probably going to get is a mini build-up with Archer and Kingston to kind of break it up, because that match with Mox is over a month away.
Just over a month away, exactly.
So we're gonna probably get a break in between. Probably in 2 weeks is my guess. Is we're gonna get Kingston and Archer. So you have a build up next week, Kingston Archer, and then you'll have 1 or 2 week build up for whoever's the winner versus Mox.
I love it. I don't even care at this point if it ends up in a 3-way, because I want to see. I'll be honest. I mean, I love Mox, but I want to see both those sons of bitches versus Mox.
If we got a triple threat,
it's been a while since we've seen a good.
We got a triple threat title match that between Kingston, Archer, and Mox. Ooh, that's just a bloodbath.
That's fire.
So
that's just burn the place down. That's your fire.
There you go.
Yeah. Put the kids to bed early, because that one's going to get crazy.
Put the kids to bed.
Hell yeah. All right, so we continue. Jake Roberts standing in the rain, getting pissed on with Lance Archer cutting the promo. I don't remember the specifics of this one. Do you remember anything specific from it?
Nothing really. It's just Archer just wants to be champion, and everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
And everybody dies. That's all.
Just interesting that it was in the rain. Probably one of those things, they picked the location, and Florida, it pisses every 5 minutes unexpectedly. So, but they're like, hey, we got enough cover. Just go ahead and shoot it. Looked cool.
I kind of liked it. It's a little different.
Yeah. It felt a little 2008 TNA-ish. Not quite that extreme, but just, bison beef. You're so goofy. Match of the year, it will be, says my nephew Paul. Absolutely. Hell yeah, it will be. If that happens, we just cross our fingers. Hey, they listen to any company listens to their fans. Tell the fans or tell the company you want to see that match. You want to see the 3-way, because you get enough people squawking, they'll go, fan demand wants this. Should we give it to them? I say, hell yeah. We'll see.
Everybody tweet at AEW that they want a 3-way.
Yeah, Mox versus Kingston versus Archer, and tag everybody.
Do it.
Yeah. That'll spark something.
Yeah, it will.
Tell them J-Bone and Basil sent you. Right? Who started this shit? Oh,
Basil, that fucking loud ass.
Yeah, that bald fat motherfucker.
We're never bringing him back again. No, I got nothing for love for AEW. Jeff and Dion and all the boys over there. I miss everybody.
Just don't tag Cody.
Don't tag
and me, because he'll be like, tagged me in some shit again, didn't you, J-Bone? He didn't like it that one time.
No.
It was late night drunk tweet or something. Anyways. Love you, Cody. Matt Hardy then comes out. Everyone, I imagine, was on the edge of their seat waiting to see what would happen here. What he would say, how he would really look. He looked fine.
Yeah.
Thanked the fans exuberantly.
Rebby was there.
Rebby was there with child.
With Wolfie.
Yes. Little, whatever their littlest one is.
Wolfie.
Is it Wolfie?
Wolfie.
Was their second?
Oh, wait, no. Wolfie was the second one.
Yeah. There's Maxwell, Wolfie, and I would forget what the...
Now I need to see. Now I need to double check.
He's so little.
He's so little.
But, I'm sure some people were starting to wonder if he was going to retire, what exactly he would say. What did you think about his promo?
I liked it. I'm very glad that he did it.
Yeah.
Also,
he didn't say anything about being concussed, but he said he was banged up.
He was banged up, but also what I'm happy for, what I think Rebby was there for, was like, if you do anything physical to Matt, I'm right here to kill you.
I will throw a baby at you. I don't give a shit.
Like, I legitimately think that's what that was.
Yeah, and we all know she's very protective of Matt. Yeah. and that's awesome that he has that supportive of a wife in his corner. I feel the same way because I have that in my corner. So I can respect that to a degree.
Barty is his name.
Barton?
Barty.
Oh, Barty. That's what he said. I didn't remember. He said the name. I didn't remember what it was. Okay.
Yeah. All I remember, there was this once old Snapchat that Rebby got of King Maxwell, and was like, "Oh, I'm getting these toys for Wolfie," and he's like, "Wolfie's a bad baby. Wolfie doesn't deserve this. Wolfie's a bad baby." Like, it was the best.
That's cute.
He's like, cute. Wolfie's bad. Wolfie's not good.
Little stinker. So no, he does not retire. He thanks the fans, and he also thanks the medical team, and he says that he's going to come back and that he's going to get healthy again. And when he does, he's going to set a course for his first AEW championship. He doesn't say which one, but and it is good to have goals. What did you think about the last part of his promo, Basil?
I like it because I think him getting in the TNT title picture would be good. I feel like there seems to be, we'll talk later, obviously, the focus on the tag team division a little bit. With multiple teams, I feel like there's like a tournament or something coming. And I legitimately don't know this. This is just me going off the top of my head because, like, we'll see with the pairing that comes later, which I think is weird, but we'll discuss. You just have a lot of focus. We had all the tag teams around for FTR Celebration. It was only tag teams there.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a tag team tournament coming.
Yeah, and it was also to show off the depth of the tag division. And to be honest, I would say, in my professional podcasting opinion, I would say honestly that AEW and Impact are neck and neck as far as depth of tag teams in their division.
Agreed.
They all bring something different. They all have strong ones. They all have ones that are like up and coming, you know. So, but anyways, so yeah, Matt Hardy gave his promo. Can't wait to see him back. So I imagine he's gonna, take some time off, do some family time.
I really
Maybe,
don't even want him in the ring for like 2 months, to be
yeah,
honest.
I mean, I'm sure he's got some pull with Tony, and I'm sure Tony will respect his wishes. When you get dinged like that, you gotta be careful. Whether he was, close to being concussed, whatever it was. We heard two stories. I'm not here to argue that. People are still arguing about that.
I know.
Um,
I'm done with it.
yeah.
That's it.
Rebby said one thing, other people said other things. So it's like, whatever. He's taking time off, and that's smart. There was no Sammy, no Sammy anywhere, which is probably good. And not that I blame Sammy, I blame both, but I don't like hold one over the other. I don't blame Sammy one bit for, oh, he did that to Matt. No. This is wrestling. It takes two to tango, and accidents happen. You know. So all right, so we continue here. We got Angelico. Great to see Angelico on TV with Jack Evans, by the way. He's one of my favorites coming out of the whole, Lucha Underground debacle. When they signed Jack Evans and Angelico as a tag team, I was super excited. And they spent some time away during the COVID stuff, so they're back now. We got Angelico versus Orange Cassidy. I really enjoyed this match. It seems like Orange Cassidy is, he's still doing his gimmick, which is fine. But
he's on another level.
He really is. Coming out of that win with Chris Jericho, that really did help propel him.
Yeah.
This isn't slow burn Orange Cassidy. We see him every other week, and he does a gesture with his boys, and that's it. No, he's out there, and he is kicking ass now. He is full steam ahead. He still does his, whatever with the shades, and that's fine. But when he's in the ring, it's business. What'd you think of this match with Angelico?
I thought it was great. I just kind of it was nice to see Jack Evans and Angelico on Dynamite. I just kind of wish it was more in a tag team fashion, and this was almost like not a squash, but it was a pretty one-sided victory for Orange. And
yeah,
I didn't see Orange losing coming off that win. So
yeah,
it was cool to see Angelico, but it was like he's gonna lose. But
yeah, you kind of felt that. I was just more excited to see them finally on TV because it's been a while.
It's been a long while.
Yeah, very long time. So Orange Cassidy wins this one, and immediately afterwards starts getting beat down from Santana and Ortiz of the Inner Circle, which
again,
yes. So which makes you think that this stuff between him and Jericho isn't quite done yet. But then you remember Orange Cassidy is connected to significantly special other people in his life, and that's the best friends.
Yeah.
So this stuff between the best friends, Trent and sexy Chucky T, and Santana and Ortiz is not through yet. What are we getting next week, Basil?
Next week we are getting best friends again. Santana and Ortiz. There's not going to be hugging. It's not going to be fun. But Trent is going to make his mom Sue proud.
You had to throw in Sue, right?
I got nothing.
They are going to be in a parking lot brawl or fight or whatever you want to call it. Parking lot match, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this. And this will hopefully put...
They're going to meet on the streets or
Yes.
the parking lot, whatever.
Cue the Michael Jackson Beat It music. Like two gangs meeting. Get a little fog rolling in. Ding, ding, ding.
We get an Undertaker here?
No, that's like the start of the Beat It song. And then cue Eddie Van Halen's. Anyways, I'm old. I'm sorry.
You're not old.
I remember if I remember distinct memories from the Michael Jackson Beat It video, I'm fucking old.
I love the Beat It video.
It's a classic.
It's great.
Most of those from around that time are. So next week, yes, we're getting the parking lot brawl. All right. Now, Marvez is going to go check up on the Young Bucks in their locker room. And he is met with a super kick party that he did not want.
No. But, I mean, is anybody really mad about it?
Well, I mean, it was very matter of fact. I mean, we kind of saw this coming big picture wise with the Elite, especially after what happened with Kenny and Hangman at the end of their match. And Kenny walked off after just dumping Paige on the ground. Kenny offered them to get in the vehicle with him. They didn't, which was a very big statement on the Young Bucks' part.
Yep.
Kenny went one way, Young Bucks went another way. So this is starting a whole new chapter. The Young Bucks, for a long time, kind of rode that gray line of babyface and heel, because sometimes they do something a little heelish, but you never like overthought it. Well, I would call this a heel turn.
I don't know if I would call it a heel turn. I think we're just getting angry Bucks. Like they might be. I think it might be a heel turn. They just
is that like Angry Birds?
Angry Birds, Angry Bucks. I think so. I think it's going to be more of a mean streak. We're going to kind of get old school Bullet Club. I don't know if it's going to be to that extent, depending on what happens with the relationship with Kenny. But if they team up with Kenny, we might see those antics again. We might see all hell break loose. So
some old club stuff happening.
Dude, give it to me. Give me all of it.
Just can't too sweet too much. Gotta be
sweet too much.
Gotta be careful with that. I mean, honestly, can you actually copyright a hand gesture?
They did it. They trademarked it, not copyright it.
But I mean, whatever that. Yeah. Can you actually do that?
They did it.
That's like trademarking the middle finger.
It's wild.
It's like, no, only I can flip you off. None of you can flip off anyone else on God's green earth. Only I will flip you off, sir. Because I trademarked it. It's just ridiculous.
I think it's dumb.
It is. It's very petty.
It's very, very petty.
But that's that's Vinnie Mac for you.
It is.
He's a businessman. Love him or hate him, he's a businessman. It's crazy. So Marvez, in the aftermath of this double super kick party to Marvez's head, the Young Bucks were both fined $5,000 each.
Yeah.
Pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah. They kicked him with shoes worth more than $5,000. Right?
Probably. They have sick Nike collections.
That's one thing they are always showing off is a shoe collection. They are all about the. I was never a shoe guy. What do they always show? Nike Airs or whatever.
Yeah,
some kind of like unique styling of the Nike Air. Whatever.
Usually Jordans.
So Jordan's been retired for whatever.
Hey man, many... Jordan shoes are the best, dude. Like they're always in style. They're always clean looking. Like one of my employees, because I work for T-Mobile. She showed up with a pair of Jordan 12s that were black and magenta, and they looked really dope. Like they were really, really cool. So, because you can do colorways and stuff like that. So,
good custom ones, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can do a lot of stuff with it.
I was always an Adidas guy.
My
Adidas. That's Run DMC. Anyways,
I'm thinking of Corns.
Oh, there's that Adidas too.
That Adidas.
I love both. I'm still a big fan of corn. Love corn, cream corn especially. But anyways, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see what this aftermath of the super kick party to Marvez brings. Besides the fines, I think a lot of it's going to be told on BTE. So keep an eye on that on Mondays.
Yeah.
Kip Sabian. Oh, dude, this segment. I was, well, maybe you knew about it, but I don't think anybody was expecting
No, I didn't know. I didn't know this one.
You didn't know this?
No.
You didn't know specifics, but you heard little things.
I always hear rumblings, but nothing is ever specific.
I hear you. Kip Sabian with his wife, fiance, Penelope Ford, announcing who is going to be the best man. Now, we were thinking of someone else last week.
We were thinking of Sammy Guevara, which wasn't even on this show.
Yeah. So you got to wonder if maybe something was changed?
I don't know if he's selling the injury, but...
Yeah, that could be.
Maybe it was just a swerve because they set it up because everyone knows, like I said, that they're friends.
They're close, yeah.
They did the sign gimmick, which is Sammy's thing. They plugged the Twitch, but the Twitch also links to Miro,
mm-hmm.
The former Rusev.
And Miro's new tagline is he's the best man.
He's the best man. He's the best wrestler, the best gamer.
He's Captain Twitch, Captain Best of everything. So we get this. I wrote down Puff. Who the hell is Puff? Is he like a super fan of Kip Sabian or something like that?
Puff?
The big guy that came out first.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Puff.
Puff? I'm not familiar with Puff.
Puff is from... Hold on. Puff is... Yeah, I love Puff. Puff is from New York area. I love him. He's the best.
Is he a wrestler or is he just...
a wrestler.
He is. Okay. Because it made him sound like he was just like a super Twitch fan or something.
No. Puff is a wrestler.
He's an indie
guy.
Wrestler. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So he shoes off Puff and he's like, by the way, don't forget to sub my channel next month. What a heel. So, no to Puff. Next comes out Brian Pillman Jr. Brian Pillman Jr. just bouncing all over the ring. Might as well be high-fiving everyone, even though no one's there to congratulate him.
It's his birthday.
It's his birthday. He's so excited to be the best man.
He thought he had it in the bag.
Except he's not the best man, is he?
No, sir.
No. He is shooed away as well. Now, we get the drum roll, who is actually coming out to be the best man, even though we already said it!
Brr.
It is the one, the only Click
Miro!
Day!
Miro Day!
It's Miro Day, yes.
Look at him all jacked with his bleach blonde hair.
Bleach blonde hair with that. Oh my God.
He's looking jacked though.
Interesting. It says Miro on his waist there.
On his gear, yeah, dude.
Man, the best man Miro is all elite. So that's 2 signings in one day.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Very impressive. That was as Styles says, yes, Miro debut was such a surprise. And I was a little behind. And he goes, "You watching?" Styles is messaging me. He goes, "You watching?" I'm like, yeah, I'm a little behind. I was about between 5 to 10 minutes behind at the time. And I had just gotten up to the Kip Sabian segment, and he types, he goes, "Oh, this gets good." I was like, "Oh, okay." And all of a sudden, I hear my phone go ping, and I go, oh, if that's what I think it is, it's a notification from ringsidenews.com, the app.
What you get?
And I looked, and I went, holy shit. So I actually spoiled it for myself accidentally.
What was
Miro shows up. Yeah. So I get the announcement like literally like a minute before it actually appeared on my screen. Because I was catching up. But not a big deal. Still excited about it. Still like, well, he's not gonna come out for this segment, is he? And when he did, I was like, okay, this is weird, but was still very excited. So Miro is all elite, and he is the best man in Kip Sabian's wedding. Were you excited to see him and yet thinking this is great but so weird? What were your thoughts?
Just on Miro?
Miro coming out to this segment like oh my God, it's Miro, but it's like it was so weird that he was the one that was coming out to this. You would have thought he would have,
It's a good swerve. I think this is short term with the wedding.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's a good way to introduce his moniker to go with the wrestling wedding. I mean, obviously something bad's gonna happen. And I mean,
as all weddings,
I feel like a turn already on Kip Sabian's gonna happen. but like they can make like a super Twitch channel together.
Yeah, I mean they can be a tag team or a little mini stable or whatever.
Yeah, dude, I see it happening.
Because Kip was very close with Jimmy Havoc, and Jimmy Havoc's not with the company anymore.
Yeah, we know why.
Yeah. So you put Miro in his place. I think that certainly ups the ante on anything associated with Kip Sabian now.
Yeah.
So yeah, long term, short term, we'll have to wait and see. Bell's boy, my Adidas, J-Bone with the Run DMC reference. Yeah, boy. Hell yeah. Bust out the old clock.
Styles Gaming, what's up? We got, who's deactivated user?
That's actually Styles. He has 2 accounts.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yep.
That's funny.
It's all good.
I think he realized he was on the wrong account because he switched over within the same minute.
All right. So whoever is on Twitch, jump over to Twitch right now for at least part of the show and start talking and sound off, because I need some average viewers. I need my average to go up. So Styles, open up however many accounts you have over there. Head on over to Twitch, brother. I need this to happen. Because I've got 2 out of 3 to get so far or something like that. All right, so we continue. So Kip Sabian, Miro debuts. He is the best man. Oh, and I can't leave this out. This short but sweet promo that Miro cuts.
It was a promo
about the brass ring. The brass ring that is always referred to with Vinnie Mac in his company. And he says, you can take that brass ring and shove it straight up your ass, because I am all elite.
There you go.
Just an uppercut. Loved it. I loved it.
It was fantastic.
Yes. Tremendous.
It was great. Everyone, and then obviously you had the people like, why is he bashing the place that gave him somewhere to work? And it's like, he also made one of the hottest things ever and got shat on. So, I mean,
yeah.
Rusev Day shirts literally sold out on WWE.
Yeah.
Like, when do you see a t-shirt on WWE.shop.com sell out?
Only when it hits clearance.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you can buy something for $10 now. Yay.
But do you know what you guys could get? Cheap plug for my new shirt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's this one, right? Drum roll. Right here. Look at that.
Ooh.
The Backstage Boys.
Trent and I got our second custom-made shirt. This one was done by Juan of the Dead, the GOAT himself of these t-shirt designs. I gave him a Batman cover to work off of, and hold on, let me find that cover right now for you, and I'll send that over.
Okay.
Just so people can see the reference.
The comparison.
Yeah, it was a Batman cover that I used, or that I saw for the inspiration.
Okay.
Sent over to you right now. Yeah, the good thing you didn't click next, because I know the next picture over.
No, I know. I know.
Good thing you didn't click that one.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't that revealing, but yeah. Still, I know. Keep those things hush hush. All right. So this is actually a really cool cover.
That was the cover that this was based off of.
Nice. So instead of running through the streets of Gotham, you're just chilling backstage and just looking cool.
We're running through the backstage, like there's ever room.
Yeah, right. You're shooting promo pics, and he's booking stuff.
just booking them.
Stuffing things. No, that's very cool. Batman and Robin is very cool.
Yeah.
Or is that Robin there? It's like, I know there's lots of different versions.
Nightwing.
It's Nightwing. I should have known with the blue and
Nightwing.
black. Okay. All right. I was close. I was close.
Nightwing is cooler than Robin, in my opinion.
Is he?
I think so. I'm not a Robin fan.
No one's cooler than the 1960s series Robin, though. Holy pepperoni, Batman!
Oh, right. I think the one side of the pillow is cooler than that Robin.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Oh.
All right. Damn, I missed that show. I used to watch it every day after school. Damn, I'm old. Anyways,
Yeah, that was on
what's
syndication when I was a kid.
probably still is somewhere. Still is somewhere.
It probably still is.
Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. We got Tony Schiavone and Adam Hangman Page sipping on a drink, talking about what went down at All Out. Now, I'm just going to talk about this one and the interview that took place between JR and Kenny Omega at the same time, if that's okay with you.
No, I think it's fine to talk about both.
Because it's the same, but the views here
They're switched.
completely different.
Yep.
Like Heyman Adam Page still sees the team as together and they just need to dust off and get that rematch and then they'll get the belts back. He's actually, in light of everything crumbling around him, which I think maybe, he's got the beer goggles on a little too tight maybe. He thinks things are fine.
I mean, I don't see it.
No, I don't see it at all. El Punke, what's up, dude? And Kenny Omega is on the absolute 180 opposite spectrum of where Hangman is looking. As far as the big picture, the immediate structure of this tag team between the two of them. He didn't say anything specific other than it's time to go solo. He didn't. I know we're all referencing him already for weeks now as we know the cleaner's coming.
Yeah.
But, and he dropped stuff at the pay-per-view like, I need to clean house or we need a clean sweep or however he referenced it.
Yeah, he keeps referencing the clean word.
The cleans.
And that was with JR. So that was also cool that they did two separate interview people.
Yeah.
So you had two different commentators. You had Tony for Hangman, and then you had JR with Omega. So
yeah. And separate, it's you would have thought they would have tried to put them together, but obviously if they're not together, that's another big telling point.
Yep. But it's also good to talk about how Omega expected Hangman to be the ace of the company. He expected him to be the first AEW champion. And ever since then, Hangman hasn't been the same as he was last summer. There was you remember the Full Gear Challenge? I mean, like Hangman was on point. He was about his health. And now we have a drunk, distraught, kind of delusional Hangman a year later.
Very delusional. Delusional to the point that he bought everything FTR threw at him prior to the match.
Yeah.
Which obviously was, the iceberg in the sinking ship.
Yep.
So we'll have to see where these two. I mean, I think eventually it's going to lead to Hangman versus Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Some big show coming up, maybe a Full Gearish type show.
Very possibly.
Yeah.
Very possible.
So now we get a very interesting tag match next here. We got Chris Hagar with Jericho going up against Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela. Now they're still on this this revenge kick from what went down at the Casino Battle Royal and what happened prior to that. Mr. Fretz, what is up? I actually really like this tag match, and it really, honestly, for the first time in a long time, I really felt like Sonny Kiss shined
Dude, Sonny
here.
Kiss is a star. Through and through, Sonny Kiss, like, just needs the chance to shine. So many people shit on Sonny, and then they watch Sonny work, and they realize that he can hang with the big boys,
Yeah.
but like he just needs that opportunity, and I feel like there needs to be some sort of gauntlet or round robin tournament or something for these, because there's so many tag teams right now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, can we get a mid card tag title at this point?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like the first time I've ever even thought of that in my head.
Yeah. There's so many tags. Has there ever been? Actually, yeah, there has been. There was what the heck was that in New Japan? They had a heavyweight tag team, and then they had what did they call the junior?
They had the junior tag team division for essentially like the cruiserweight version.
Yeah, yeah, for like the smaller luchador type, just the smaller weight guys.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, El Punk, that AEW will probably 99.999. No, scratch that. I could probably say with 100% assurance that they're not going to make that Milwaukee show in late October. Unfortunately.
I don't even want. Don't remind me of that one, because I'm supposed to work Milwaukee.
Yeah. I have not heard anything specifically yet.
I'm guessing it's going to get pushed back again to maybe spring of next year.
Yeah, I'm guessing maybe even a year out at this point.
I want events back.
Yeah, it's too soon. I mean, and I know my
I
nephew,
agree, it's too soon. I just want it back for my own.
Oh no, I know. We all miss it. Absolutely. I mean, we're getting a touch of that on TV now with the a couple hundred people in the audience at the Daly's place, which is nice. It's nice that you have some kind of ambience of fans there, but it's these kind of events are so few and far between to go to, I mean, it's not like I could travel to that town and get tickets. There's no way in hell I could risk that.
No, I agree.
It's just it's crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out for that in the news coming up, because there's only like one other show that was technically still available to get tickets beforehand, somewhere in the Midwest right before that.
St. Louis.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Because I was supposed to work the St. Louis show as well.
Oh, jeez. Just more salt. I'm sorry. It's a sad Basil. Hey, but at least
all my bookings. But I'm very happy because Warrior Wrestling has 3 weeks of shows. These upcoming Saturdays on the 12th, 19th, and 26th, we have shows, and then Zello Wrestling on the 17th, we have a show. So
yeah,
I'm happy they're coming back.
There's something. Let's talk about that Warrior Wrestling show. I know there's the very controversial match that's part of that one Warrior Wrestling show we could talk about for a couple minutes at the end of this, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course.
I'd love to get your thoughts on that. All right, so Jericho and Hagar beat Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela in what I thought was actually a really good match. By no means that I think it was. I expected a squash. We did not get a squash, so I was very happy about that.
Yeah.
But now we get a very interesting announcement from Jericho after this match.
Yeah, that they're going to team with him, and Hager are going to be a team. They're going to go for the tag titles, but like, do they know Santana and Ortiz are a team? And like that's the thing. It's like we got Santana and Ortiz, who, in my opinion, should have been at least a one-time tag champ by now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and it shows the depth of the tag division. There's so many tag teams that obviously some people are unfortunately going to fall by the wayside in the midst of all the chaos over the last year in the build of this company. There's obviously and not even having anything to do with the COVID stuff. They're going to book some to win, some to lose. Some are going to be champs, and some are just not going to get that chance. I as good as some of the Kenny and Hangman matches were, whoever they faced, I would have much rather seen the former LAX as tag champs for at least a couple months, somewhere in the midst of that.
Yeah.
They deserve it. I mean, that's why they were signed in the first place, because they were that damn good. So, I don't know if this is something.
It's a very confusing announcement.
It is. It almost makes me feel like this is foreshadowing maybe the demise of the Inner Circle.
It's very possible. I mean, they didn't have a good. They were essentially, because Hager and Proud and Powerful were in the Battle Royal. They all lost. Jericho lost. Sammy lost. I mean,
yes.
they didn't have a good pay-per-view.
No, and they didn't have a good pay-per-view before that either.
Well, because that was a Stadium Stampede. So.
Right, and that was his whole team going after. I don't know what they called the other team. Was it Team Elite or whatever?
The Elite. I thought it was.
Was it?
Just
okay.
The Elite. Yeah.
Was it the Elite?
It just had Matt Hardy in it.
Okay, so I knew it was the Young Bucks, Kenny, Hangman.
Because Cody was wrestling for the TNT Championship.
Yeah, that's right. He was the only one who wasn't. He was already separating himself. And now we know why at the end of the show.
Yep.
He's a little busy.
He's a little busy doing some stuff for Turner.
Some big show stuff. We'll talk a little bit about that at the end. MJF. This was funny.
Oh, I love it.
He's talking about that he had an unsuccessful pay-per-view himself, and then proceeds to fire his entire campaign team.
Wild.
Just the gum handler, Nina, and her smile gone. Just gone from our televisions forever.
It was there for a bit, and then he just destroyed her.
Yeah. She was. I don't know if she was just smiling because she was like supposed to smile, or if she was smiling because she got canned. That could be a story in itself.
She's probably happy about her new tan.
Could be. Like, yay, I'm out of here. Fuck you.
Look good.
Looks good on a resume, maybe, sort of, maybe, kind of not. But then the conversation turns to Wardlow. And Wardlow almost loses his sidekick job there.
I mean, he reminded him who pays the bills.
And who keeps a roof.
Checks. Yeah.
And who keeps a... Yeah, he's like, Tony doesn't sign your checks. I do.
Yeah.
And apparently... MJF also takes care of whatever roof is over his head with his family as well. So he's got Wardlow under his thumb, so to speak.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting. It highlights what's going on big picture wise between these two. He's not just the muscle. He's not just the bodyguard type character. There's a big picture here.
Very big picture.
Yeah. which is good that they do stuff like that every once in a while. It's not just, oh, okay, it's Kevin Nash to Shawn Michaels, which is the classic, you know.
Yeah.
No, there's something more in depth here between these two. So, is there a possible turn in the future? I think absolutely, but is it going to happen anytime soon? No, I think we've got some more slow burn to go when it comes to these two. I don't think he's going to leave him anytime soon, honestly.
Oof. So then, we get a Mox promo.
Yes.
So, basically talking about how he had a lot on his plate and he has to think about Lance Archer right away. It was a straightforward promo. It wasn't anything. It wasn't his best. It wasn't a bad promo by any means because it's Mox.
Yeah.
But it was just Mox stating what's going on. I mean, he's been through some wars these last few weeks, so it's good for him, especially against the lawyer, man. That was really rough on Mox. That was a big one.
That was probably exhausting.
But I'm glad that we didn't see Mox or MJF in any in-ring capacity. I think it's good for that to help sell how brutal that event was. And I liked it. I think it's good. They're both kind of recovery. That was a war. It sells the match itself more than anything. It doesn't. It's not the outcome, but it sells the match because they both were kind of in the same predicament.
And there's a lot of depth to this locker room, so it gives other people a chance to shine too in a short match, you know.
In ring wise, at least.
Yeah, and yet it keeps MJF fresh in your minds. It keeps Mox fresh in your minds. That they're still in the big picture of the company. There's still something going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He says, you want to go against me? You want to go against me? Almost felt like Taxi Cab-ish. Or Taxi. What was that movie? Taxi Driver?
I think it was just Driver. Or was it Taxi Driver? I
think it was Taxi Driver. Robert De Niro.
Yeah, from the 70s you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Do you know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of Drive with Ryan Gosling. For some reason, I was thinking of, because you said Driver, I was thinking of Drive.
Oh, yeah.
That was also a fantastic movie in my opinion.
I'm going to see that one.
I like a lot of Ryan Gosling stuff.
Yeah, he's a very good. I liked him in oh shit, what was that movie he did with that one guy? It was like kind of like aliens, Pandora? Pandora's no. Something. It was something with a P. It was very aliens-ish.
That I also liked him in what was the name of that movie?
Don't say The Notebook.
No. Jesus. No, not The Notebook. It was like the Beyond the Woods, or The Place Beyond the Pines.
Oh, I've heard that's good too.
That was a fantastic movie. Love Place Beyond the Pines. That movie came out like 8 years ago, and holds up to this day with no issue. It's a long movie, but it's so good. So I definitely recommend that. I think it's on Netflix.
Oh, I think this match will absolutely happen within the next year.
What?
Talking about Jonathan Good versus Miro in a steel cage. Mr. Moxley himself. Hell yeah.
Johnson Good.
I know what he meant, but yeah. Jonathan Good, yes.
I like how he's using his shoot name.
Yeah, Paul does that. Paul uses
call him
a lot
Mox. Don't call him his shoot name.
Mr. Good. Because he's great. Yeah, we got some storytelling coming up between MJF and Wardlow. We'll have to see how that plays out. Now, we already talked about the Mox promo. I gotta skip
We did, yeah.
skip a page.
We did that, and now we got to the FTR celebration.
The celebration, because they are the new AEW Tag Team Champions. Talk about this segment.
Tully. Anytime, I love that we're getting Tully segments. More Tully, the better. Tully's talking about how FTR is the greatest tag team champions in the world. Reiterated that it was 117-degree heat index and that crazy humidity, and they wrestled for 30 minutes in another tag classic.
Yes.
To win the titles. And then Cash Wheeler takes the mic, says that the tag team division in AEW is deepest. And I mean, they're not wrong. I think, was it Paul or somebody who said that it's 15 tag teams deep or something like that. Bellsborn said that. Yeah.
Okay.
Said that it was 15 tag teams deep, which is insane. So
Wow.
They're not wrong on that one. Like, Impact's women's division is equal to AEW's tag division.
As far as like depth, yeah.
There's so much depth to it.
Yeah.
That you have to do these multi-team kind of segments to feature everyone because there's so many. So we get that. They kind of throw shade at SCU. They were like praising them. And then says they wish they could have beaten them in their prime 20 years ago. But Harwood says they're the top guys in AEW.
Oh yeah.
Turns to Billy, calls him a multi-time champion and a legend. But throws another shade at him, calling him second-rate Hall of Fame. Then goes deep into Jurassic Express. They get in the ring. They're trying to explain, no, this is a celebration, not a fight, and calling him a dumbass dinosaur. Like,
I like that he went after Kaz and Christopher Daniels too.
Yeah, dude. Like, I was like, don't go after them. But
it's like they might be older, but damn, they're still good.
Kaz with this haircut, perfect.
He's in great shape,
dude.
Man.
He's in great shape, and I love the haircut. I don't think the bald suited him perfectly, but I like this short hair. It makes him look more badass, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But then everybody's fighting, and then they get an ice bath. They get all the ice thrown on them, and then we get the announcement of FTR versus Jurassic Express for the Tag Team Championships next week on Dynamite.
Yes. Out of all those teams, is that who you want to see, or would you rather see someone else?
I think FTR versus Santana and Ortiz would blow the roof off, but obviously we want to see the Bucks versus FTR. But like I said, that's going to be a Full Gear match. We need to get this full evolution of the Bucks and Omega. I mean, Full Gear, we got what, two months till then? It's usually at the end of November. So I mean, we got almost 3 months, 2.5 months. We got a lot of time for this to cook, and I think them not throwing it out right away is okay because they want that big match. And I think AEW, I mean, from the last few pay-per-views now, have a giant tag match as their anchor for that pay-per-view, because you can't really have a proper tag match on TV. Nobody wants to see commercials. Nobody wants it to be 10 minutes. Nobody wants it to be 15 minutes. These half-hour wars is what we're kind of used to from the tag division for the tag titles on the pay-per-views. So I'm okay with waiting a few months to get the proper match.
Yeah.
Because the last thing I want is to devote so much time into this feud and then to be kind of let down or blue-balled in a sense. So,
And just thinking about, like, I think a lot of people assumed right off the bat with Young Bucks getting the win um, at the pay-per-view and FTR as champs, they're thinking automatically, okay, now we're going to get that match. But with what's going on through the mind of the Young Bucks right now and FTR, I don't know. I feel like we're still going to wait on that one for a while.
yeah.
Might get another. Have to wait another several months to whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So hang in there, folks. We're gonna get it someday. But when they do, it'll be the proper build.
It's a good payoff. You want that type of I mean, it's been 3 years. We can wait 3 more months.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I still have I found my FTR shirt the other day. The OG being the elite FTR shirt.
Oh, tremendous.
And I remember wearing that when I met Cody when I was working for when I was working at AEW, and it was like the first show that Cody was at, and then he popped at the shirt a little bit, and I was like, yeah. I was so proud of that FTR shirt.
Nice.
So
that is funny.
But yeah, next we have Starkman. We got Jones, baby. We got Ricky Starks.
Well, it's Darby Allin.
Well, Darby Allin. Darby.
He does a great Darby Allin. He really does.
He does a fantastic Darby, and I like. It's such a good feud. Like those two are such polar opposites that them two in a feud, because they're both so young, they're both kind of wild and crazy. They have not similar body types, but they can work that same crash style.
Yeah.
It just works. Like, I love it. I love the feud.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Taz out there, obviously very proud of his boy.
Yep.
No, now I know he was on Dark, but no Cage.
No Cage.
Interesting.
No Cage on the show. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what's going on with Cage. I don't know what's gonna happen. But
might have to wait a little bit, because you gotta assume they're gonna build up his title and they're gonna make something of it at some point.
They have to.
Yeah. And that's all right. That could be a slow burn with whatever. It's still going to build him up with his persona in the company. As long as he sticks with Taz, I think that's going to help him. But Starks is so damn good. Cuts a hell of a promo with the Darby Allin makeup. Eventually, by the end, just taking it all and just smearing it off, revealing who it was. I was shocked.
Yeah.
No, not
really. I'm still in shock.
He's going to need some therapy. But basically, to the point, saying, next time I see you, Darby Allin, I'm going to beat your ass.
Paul Nelson, FTR versus the Dark Order. Now, which members? I want to see Stu and Evil Uno versus FTR. That would be that's a solid main event for a Dynamite show.
Yeah. I think Silver and Reynolds would also be good. Because I know how good they are. They're not portrayed to be that good, really, on TV, but we know how good they are.
They're good, but like Uno and Grayson are just on in my opinion, they're on that level.
Oh, sure, yeah, because they come from a time frame of when they came up in the industry with the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
So there's an absolute amount of respect that goes along with those two. The former, what do they call them? Super Smash Bros?
The Super Smash Bros. They used to be Player 1 and Player 2.
Yes. Okay, then we get the Ty. Now, this was interesting. They really put over Ty Conti here, showing that she signed. I'm sorry, I don't have the graphic.
She was a little emotional, too.
She was very emotional coming out, very verklempt, if you will, coming out And because this is her first official AEW match. She's been on TV a little here and there, with this stuff with Anna, what's her name? Anna J. And the Dark Order stuff. But now, no Dark Order stuff happening here, which is very interesting. I honestly thought like a big picture thing would happen here, especially with her losing to Nia Rose.
Yeah.
Nyla Rose. What did I say? Nia? I dropped the L. Oops.
It's okay.
Actually, Tay Conti dropped the L. She lost to Nyla Rose. No sign of the Dark Order here.
No.
And Vicky Guerrero, Jiminy Christmas.
Guerrero.
I think I'm having a stroke or something. Vicky Guerrero cutting a Vicious Vixens promo. And Sheeta comes out to help protect Tay Conti.
Yep.
So maybe the big picture here is not to overthink this, but maybe there's going to be a struggle here between good and evil, between Sheeta, because she did come out there to protect her, and Anna pulling her to the dark side or Dark Order, if you will. What do you think?
I think this is not going to go well I think the Dark Order should have been there, and Jay should have helped to help with the case, but
yes,
it's just kind of wild that she wasn't there.
I was very surprised because that would have made sense. Would have even been better than if they would have showed up late and had like a Dark Order Anna face off with Sheeta.
Yeah. There's a lot of possibilities to happen, but
yeah.
Sheeta did win the title from Nyla.
Yeah, and I think they wanted to just remind people that Nyla was the number one contender and keep her looking strong here, even though it was Miss Conti's first AEW Dynamite match under contract.
Yes, under contract.
Yes. So, and they had a excuse me, they had a little side joke on commentary saying, "Hey, you're signed. Oh, and by the way, you're facing Nyla Rose tonight."
Yeah,
that was kind of funny. Which I'm sure many fans said that to themselves. And Mr. Impact Wrestling is also in the Twitch chat. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to Tay Conti for getting signed. That's very, very awesome. Certainly going to help add some depth to the women's roster, which I think had been struggling over the last several months to regain the depth it once had. I mean, this whole COVID thing, amongst other situations, had certainly shaken it up a lot.
Yep.
So
AEW will be on Thursday next week.
It is Thursday. Okay, so they confirmed that because there seemed to be some confusion in the commentary when I was.
AEW will be on Thursday next week. I gotta see what's going on. I might be able to make it on. I might not. Really, just depends.
Okay.
So that's I gotta see. I'm doing a lot of crazy stuff happening at work.
Okay.
But I'm gonna double check. I'll know for sure tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Just let me know like early next week if whatever it takes. That's fine. Yeah.
I want to watch my Dynamite.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. You might be watching it on your phone that night. Hopefully not.
Yeah, I hope I don't have to watch it on my phone.
You're right. Hopefully you are here. Let's see. Then we go from that to the announcement of the fine to the Young Bucks, each for the super kick party given to Mr. Marvez. So rude.
Oh.
We get to sit down with Omega and JR, which we talked about that already.
Yeah.
We get the announcement of October 14th, the anniversary show coming up in just over a month. Mox versus Archer is going to happen. Now that's very interesting that they're not saving that till like Full Gear. Whenever Full Gear is going to happen, I'm not sure when that was supposed to happen. Did they announce the date for Full Gear or no?
No, I think they just said November.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah,
But
they
this
said
is
no.
for the anniversary show. This is for the 1 year of Dynamite.
This is true. Yeah, 1 year of Dynamite on TNT,
Yeah.
which is a very big show. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of special matches, maybe some surprises. Who knows, happening there. But yeah, so Mox versus Archer. That's very interesting. We talked about that a little bit earlier, and the whole the big picture thing with Kingston flapping his gums during his promo, talking about, "Hey, I was never eliminated." So maybe they're gonna change it before then. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that.
We'll see.
We'll see. We get the main event then. Dustin Rhodes versus Brody Lee for the TNT Championship. Brody Lee defending. Honestly, with as loaded as the show was and jam-packed full of different things, by the time they got to this, I was like, to be honest, with it as loaded as it was, it kind of took me out of the match a little bit. It was still good.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh man.
There's a lot. There was a lot in this episode. But the thing is, I didn't feel overwhelmed. I didn't feel exhausted. I didn't feel like black. Like I was just enjoying everything that was happening. It had the feel of where there was a lot, but everything had some sort of continuity to it because we're still feeling the fallout of All Out.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. So yeah, it was. Don't get me wrong, it was a good match. And then we get a blip across the screen, and they mentioned it a couple times during the match that we're gonna get an announcement from Cody. And I'm like, okay, is Cody gonna come out? He's been gone for a while. What's going on with that? But Brody Lee defends successfully. And the Dark Order brings out QT Marshall and dumps him in the ring next to Dustin. And they're celebrating. I can't remember if there was anything at the very end of them celebrating in the ring. Did they jump right into the Cody thing then?
the Cody thing happened after the match, I thought.
It was actually after. It was a commercial after the credits.
Yeah, it was at the very end.
Yeah.
Of Cody doing that show on TBS.
Yeah. So he's like, so I've been gone for a while. We're doing something over here in this other place, and we get the promo for the Go. Was it called the Go Big Show?
It is called Go Big Show. Yeah.
Go Big Show. And it's an entertainment show hosted by
Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer.
He's a hilarious comedian.
He is. I like some of his stuff. Like I like the what is that, the Russian Machine?
Yeah.
That one. That's hilarious. I love that one. Yeah, I like some of his stuff. He's pretty good.
I thought his last special wasn't the strongest.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it.
I was whatchamacallit. Who else had a special that I'm completely wow, I'm like completely who's his buddy?
Ethan Page.
No, not Ethan. No, not Ethan. Man, now hold on.
I don't know who else he's associated with in the comedy world.
No, he's associated with like Joe Rogan.
Oh.
Who else? Tom Segura and Ari Shafir, but Tom Segura's special was on point.
Okay.
Oh, it was so uncomfortably hilarious. Where Bert's was just a little bit, but it wasn't bad. Bert usually has good specials, so I give him a pass on this one.
Yeah. Who's my favorite on there? He's done a bunch of specials. He's very sassy as a young guy, always coming out in a suit.
Palm Court just said, or Bell's Boy, he's on Twitch.
Yes.
If there's no game 7 between the Lakers and the Rockets, the next Wednesday TNT moves back to Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
So
it could be either. It's going to be kind of a early week decision depending on what happens.
We'll know by Monday.
Okay.
Because
Gotcha.
That's I'm gonna go to the NBA schedule real quick just to double check. So
rest in peace, Bucks. They had a good run.
Yeah, they had a good run. Yeah, so Lakers and Rockets is on Monday.
Okay.
If it's needed. That one is also if it's needed, but we'll know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, right now Lakers lead 2-1 up against the Rockets, so we'll know closer to Thursday. Yeah, we'll know closer to Thursday, Saturday. We'll know by Saturday if there's a Monday game.
Okay.
There's a Monday game, but
gotcha.
That's if the game goes. That's if it goes 7 series. So who knows?
Okay.
It's just a 2-1 game, right? A 2-1 lead on the series.
Thank you, Bells boy. Appreciate that.
We appreciate your help.
And you said he feels bad for me. I bet it feels bad for the Bucks. And this look, there's sports, whether it's successful on TV right now or not, it's still such a hot mess and hard to watch, just given everything going on. So win or lose, look, the Brewers are barely 500 right now, if close to 500. And they're a well above 500 average team, especially the last couple of years. And this year is just taking the wind out of so many sails in the sports entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Just across everything. So, is it a bummer? Yeah, but you gotta imagine that it's how difficult it is to play in conditions like this, where the one thing you do is you thrive off that audience to give you that kick in the ass to really go out there and perform at your best. And when that one thing out there is supposed to be a good distraction is not there for you, I can't even imagine. You know?
I've heard a lot. It's hard. It's hard for wrestlers because when they make a mistake and there's a crowd,
a
little bit easier for them to get back into the into the swing of things.
Yeah, because they kind of chuckle along with you or whatever.
Well, it's just like you just still have that rush, and you're like, whatever. I still got the energy. I'll go.
Yeah.
But when there's like you're thinking to yourself, you're not listening to anything of major sorts. You just you're just like, I fucked up. And then, yeah. So I've heard it's a lot easier with a crowd than without a crowd.
Oh, sure. And communications between, wrestlers, it's, just everything. Big picture. It affects it a lot. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that is AEW Dynamite. We get the announcement for the new show on TBS that Cody Rhodes is he's a judge on the show along with Snoop Dogg, Rosario Dawson, and one other lady. Could not think of her name. Some actress, I'm guessing. They're going to be the judges on this.
Jennifer Nettles is the name.
That's it. Nettles, yes. Thank you. So, and that's coming up. I did not write down the date. When is that starting?
That it doesn't. It just says coming soon.
Coming soon. Okay, gotcha.
I just scrubbed through the promo.
Bell's boy says Lakers in 5. All right. It's like once my home team is taken out, I'm pretty much done with it. I'm not that big of an NBA fan.
The Bucks should have won, but man, Miami.
Yeah, they were
I
good.
was watching those games because I have an employee who's huge into the NBA, so I kind of watch when he's watching, and I was just like we were watching the game, and then we were just like, what the hell is going on? Because it was like they would get super close, and then just Miami just would pull ahead. Like crazy.
Yeah, Milwaukee made it interesting, but yeah, it just.
I see Lakers in 5. I can see it going to 6 at most, but the 5 teams most likely.
There you go.
So yeah, that's it.
That's it. An absolute turning of the page moment in this company. Lots of new things happening, rivalries, stories being built. Very, very interesting time in this company. And I was I want to just touch on this briefly because I know there were some hiccups during the pay-per-view. I know the whole Matt Hardy thing was a big discussion point amongst fans on social media. But overall, I really enjoyed the show. And I was shocked by the amount of negativity on social media. I mean,
I think
what do you think about that?
It's a combination of so there was 3 major factors.
Yeah.
You had the weather, which affected the crowd.
Yes.
You had the Matt Hardy incident, which affected not only the crowd but also affected everybody at home.
Oh, sure.
Because there wasn't that transparency that we're used to with AEW.
Yeah.
And then everybody I really feel like everybody wanted Mox or MJF to win.
Yeah.
And that was like kind of like the last thing to take the wind out of the sails there.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly wanted MJF to win, but I still love Mox. So, and I still felt the match was good. I was just really surprised.
Oh yeah, I felt the match was great itself. It was there was just a few disappointments in a sense that people had.
Yeah.
So that was about it.
So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because I mean, when I was looking at social media after we were done, I was like, oh my goodness.
I wasn't shocked. I was shocked by how much, but I think it was if the Matt Hardy thing didn't happen, it would have gone a little bit different.
It would have been, because that really took up a lot of realty on social media the next 24 to 48 hours.
Yep.
Yeah, especially with all the different opinions and everything going on.
Yeah.
And Rebby and Tony and all that stuff. So yeah. That's going to do it for this one. We'll see you guys either Wednesday or Thursday, depending on what happens in the NBA Finals.
Yep.
And we've got
playoffs, not finals.
What's that?
Playoffs. Those are West Coast teams.
Oh. They don't call it playoffs?
You said finals.
Oh, fine. I mean, they don't call that finals?
The Western Conference Finals, I believe that was.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. It's like, it's like calling a touchdown a home run or something. It wasn't like that, was it? All right. Yeah. I certainly do not profess to be the biggest sports geek on the planet. All right. So we will see you guys next week with more AEW Dynamite discussion. For this guy over here, I am J-Bone, and on our way out of here, do not forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of my content hits your screen. We're out of here, folks. Good night.
Bye.